family. I'm Jessica Dupnack with this twisted and dark story out of northern Michigan.
If you're under 18 years old, it might be hard for you to access the App Store. I'm Lauren Edwards with what you need to know about a new bill introduced.
Beloved Full House star and Metro Detroit native Dave Coulier shocking the world with a second cancer diagnosis, this time tongue cancer. I'm Dave Kinchin talking to experts about the symptoms, what you need to know. Next.
Working for you. Fox 2 News at 10 starts now.
Good evening, I'm Roop Raj. We begin with a truly disturbing story that's been getting national attention. And tonight we're learning new horrific details behind the death of a young mother and her baby. Fox 2's Jessica Dupnack is here in studio with the latest for us tonight. Jess?
Roop, this horror story all unfolding up north in Wexford County gasped in the courtroom today in Cadillac as new details came to light. 22-year-old Rebecca Park went missing in early November and she was about to give birth. Today, her biological mom and stepdad charged in her murder. We do want to warn you, this is incredibly graphic.
Case, we had two individuals that created a plan. They conducted research. They brought Rebecca Park to their home. They forced her into a vehicle and took her into the woods where they stabbed her, forced her to lie on the ground while they cut her baby out of her, ultimately causing her death and the death of the baby. This is as heinous and as awful a case as it could be.
Both Courtney and Bradley Bartholomew charged with murder and 7 other felonies each. They were denied bond. We learned officially in court Tuesday Rebecca's baby was killed, although a body has not been found. Rebecca's body was discovered in the forest near where she was last seen just outside of Cadillac. That was last week. While she was missing, Rebecca's bio mom did TV interviews pleading for her daughter's safe return. Now Rebecca was adopted at 1 year old. Her adoptive mother says Rebecca leaves behind 2 boys, 2 and 3 years old, that are in her care. But the big question tonight is, why did this all happen? Yeah, why and how could someone who says that they're a mother even get close to hurting their own child and a grandchild at that point? Do we know that was that the intent, according to investigators, was to take this baby away, kill the baby, and in turn kill the woman? Or what was what was the first intent? Do they have any idea? So many theories that are going around. A big one is that maybe they wanted to sell the baby. I know they have some drug priors. Nothing confirmed from police. And we do want to talk, too, about the 2 other people that were charged in all of this, unrelated charges. But it does seem like some conspiracy. The child's father charged and Rebecca Park's younger sister. So I still think there's a lot more to unpack in all of that. The good news is they're all held now, so some of those answers may come to light. We're just now beginning to learn more about these horrific details. And Jess, I know we'll all stay on top of it. Hard news, top hard news here tonight at 10. Thanks for that report, though, Jess. One Michigan lawmaker is pushing a new bill tonight aimed at keeping kids safe online. Now, accessing the App Store may become harder for teens. Let's get live to Fox News' Lauren Edwards, who's breaking down the App Accountability Act. Lauren, what's behind this?
Roop, I can tell you there is so much behind it. We spoke with Congressman John James, who is the author of it all, and he says, you know what, right now kids, so many kids under 18 can go online and download apps and just access any sort of material, and there are some restrictions in place, but this really just holds tech companies to task. Let's get into all the details because there's just so much you need to know. Now, it's called the App Store Accountability Act. An author and Congressman John James specifically says that the bill will require age verification to the App Store, require parental consent for users under 18 years old. And if you are 18 years old, it'll link your device to your parents or your guardians as well. Now, James says it's to make sure kids don't have access to age-restricted material online, and it's meant to give parents more control over what their child views, and it holds streaming apps to task.
And it's very simple. It's basically holding the app stores, big tech, accountable to the same rules and regulations that we expect our corner stores to follow, our mom and pop shops to follow. I believe that kids cannot consent and parents have a right to know. I believe that our kids should not be engaged with or buy adult or addictive material in the physical world or on the online world. Our social media has become a cesspool of solicitation and in many cases hate and things that our children aren't ready for, and certainly things that our parents should be aware of. This bill, the App Store Accountability Act that I'm leading, is going to be another step in the right direction for parental rights and protecting our kids.
Now, John James says he's introduced this bill in the past, but now it's gaining significant traction, so he's hoping for the best with this bill. And coming up on the edge, though, you're going to hear just how his hopes that this legislation will spur other and further legislation to ultimately keep kids alive. For Fox 2 News, I'm Lauren Edwards.
Yeah, Lauren, we, of course, all have heard about the lobby of big oil, big pharma. There is big tech out there. Does this congressman expect this to be an uphill battle to try to get this bill passed through such a giant industry that has so many tentacles in Washington and beyond?
You know, he says it might be an uphill battle, but also, Root, that it might not. He truly is getting a lot of support on this. He believes from both sides of the aisle. He says so many organizations back what he's doing, that there just needs to be a further controls to help keep kids safe online. He says it's absolutely just too dangerous sometimes for these kids. They just don't know what they're getting into.
All right, much more on this coming up tonight on The Edge at 11, a story that no parent will want to miss. Thank you, Lauren Edwards, for that live report.
I'm meteorologist Rick Schluterman. We had some light snow very early this morning, and that has since moved off to the east. You can see it's going to be a quiet night ahead. A few breaks in the clouds, but it is awfully cold out there. 21 Metro Airport, 22 in Battle Creek. Look at Marquette, 19 degrees. I want to show you some live pictures right here in Southfield. You can see it looks like there's a little haze on the horizon. What it is areas of fog. And so when you have temperatures as cold as they are and some fog, you can get a little glaze on some surfaces. Watch out for that tomorrow morning. Look at that. Thursday, even colder numbers ahead. Roop and Dan, we're going to talk about the 7-day forecast coming up in 20.
All right, look forward to that. Thank you so much. Well, Michigan State debuts its newest head football coach. Fox News' Dan Miller here with reaction and the latest.
Yeah, Roop, absolutely. Spartans' season ended on Saturday. They fired Jonathan Smith on Sunday. Today, they introduced Pat Fitzgerald as their new head coach. Plenty of experience in the Big Ten. Spent 17 years at Northwestern. Now, as he celebrated his 51st birthday, he also accepted the challenge of turning things around in East Lansing.
Michigan State has historically competed for Big Ten championships, and my family and I are grateful for the opportunity to make sure we get back to that place. We're going to build this for long-term success, and we need everyone to buy in. Toughness was born here in Michigan State football, and every game is going to be a focus of victory and winning. But there's one game that just means a little bit more, doesn't it? I'll just leave that one alone. So to the Spartan fans, the alumni, your passion is unmatched. I'm excited to earn your trust, to energize our program, and to build a team that you'll be proud of to support every Saturday. I'm humbled for the opportunity. I'm fired up for the challenge, and I'm ready to get to work. It's just a great day to be a Spartan. Go Green.
Fitzgerald will be the third head coach for the Spartans since 2020. And job one will be working the portal for talent and solidifying their recruiting class.
Well, a showdown over SNAP benefits and a deadline just days away. Why millions could see their food aid cut off. And the new rule that could force more people to work or train to keep their benefits. That story's coming up also tonight.
Full House star and Detroit native Dave Coulier shocking the world with a second cancer diagnosis, tongue cancer. I'm Dave Kinchin talking to doctors about what it is and treatment options next.